Hi, this is Kim from the Michigan Conservative Roundtable, and I have Mac on my right. And what I want to talk to today about is Nessel, our Attorney General in Michigan. I've got some real concerns about her emails that recently came out, and if you guys haven't read them, you need to get online and read them. They're very, very concerning. Her emails in regard to Marlena Hackney are very, very concerning.
Yeah. Well, they ought to be.
One of the things she said is, in her emails, is, do we know where her whereabouts are? We should just have picked her up before she went on the Tucker Carlson show.
Right.
And to me, this is outrageous. This is you're going to arrest somebody because they might get on a show and talk about what's happening?
Yeah, and say unfavorable things about you. Maybe you want to fill in a little backfill a little bit with who this lady is.
Okay. Marlena Hackney owns Marlena's Bristow, which is a restaurant. And she was, in their eyes, violating their commandments, I'm going to say.
Right.
And still operating her restaurant. She had to make a living.
Yeah.
And so because of this, they wanted to close her down and arrest her. And so that she couldn't talk to anybody.
I think more importantly, they wanted to make an example of her for the people out there who dared disobey our great governor, Gretchen Whitmer, rather. She's a tyrannical witch, power hungry, wants obedience from the people of Michigan. And this woman was not obeying her.
She was defying
So she had to become a political prisoner, in my estimation.
Yeah, and it goes on. The emails from Nessel said, should I be prepared? I hope she gets the full 93 days for this. So what happened was, on March 19th, as she was driving to work, before the sun was up, the Michigan State Police arrested this woman.
Okay.
Not only did they arrest her, but they took her to a different county, which was over 100 miles away, to jail her, which to me sounds crazy.
Well, do you know exactly where she lived? Because 100 miles is a long way to go across counties. So I'm thinking it was probably several counties.
Yeah, I'm not for sure.
Or at least a couple.
Exactly. I can't remember exactly where she lived, to be honest with you. But 100 miles in Michigan is you're probably right.
Yeah.
Several counties. The thing is that Nessel's communications person tried to justify this in her emails, Nessel's emails, by saying that it would likely embolden other people if she went on the Tucker Carlson show.
Yeah, so that's where we get into the range of political prisoners. What you might say, what you might do, they want to jail you for now. Not what you have done or what you're suspected of doing, which is what a judge gives a warrant based on. I'm sure that judge did not include in the warrant her arrest for speaking against the governor, although,
But it also went against the guidelines for the pandemic.
Right. Now, a restaurant does fall under the authority of the Department of Health. However, in I think it was December last year, November, the Michigan State Supreme Court cited the governor and the orders of the Department of Health to be unconstitutional. And they just went ahead and did it anyway. The court did nothing. They let them defy them, laugh in their face, flip them off, you name it. And they just went on their merry way doing what they want, which is what communists do.
Right.
Quite honest.
And here's the thing. The guidelines set up by Whitmer, state that only people to be arrested during the pandemic are violent criminals, serious crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was not a serious crime.
No.
Other people who...
Well, in their mind it is because you're not obeying her.
Other people, though, who have had restaurants open...
Yep, I've been to them.
Fined.
In fact, I would seek them out. If I found out someone was open and defying her, I would go to those places and support them.
Yeah, but they just got fines and slaps on the hand and fines every day for when they're open.
Right.
But she didn't. She got arrested, taken 100 miles away from her home, so that she couldn't talk on a Fox News station with Tucker Carlson.
Right.
So to me, they denied her of her constitutional right to freedom of speech
Yes.
and jailed her for exercising it.
Yes.
And so essentially, we're in communism Michigan,
Well,
guys.
since this is where I would hope it would end up ultimately, the law is out of order. It's unconstitutional. So how can you break an unconstitutional law, an illegal law? How can you break it? But they do as they please here because no one's stopping them.
They need to be jailed for breaking our Constitution and enforcing communism practices here in the United States.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. That's all I have.
Okay. So as we like to say on the Michigan Conservative Roundtable, be safe, watch your six.
And don't tread on me.
There you go.